What are you doing here? The season of Symphogear is finished. It's over, done with. Unless you mean some OVAs. Always nice to see something that is slightly a little detracted from the main story, especially now we've saved the Earth. The world itself is no longer on the midst of being disintegrated. Hopefully some of these OVAs are going to cover bits that are sorely lacking of the show itself. Small slice of life moments, just normal everyday school life and the wear and tear. That's what I'm missing, at least. I've seen some of the OVAs of the other seasons, so I surely won't be disappointed. There really isn't much else to say. I just hope that you enjoy. So, if you haven't already, or at least if you're not watching this on YouTube, at least keep it on in the background. Let them believe that you're watching. But for now, sit down, grab yourself a drink, and let's begin. The night before final exams. Why is it like a Christmas tale? I had almost forgotten the art style of these OVAs. Almost. Considering the amount of time and energy that Hibiki has been spending out helping the world, surprised there's any time for studying. Well, she's thought of some... not some cheat sheet to get over studying in her own way, but... She's not going to help you study, though. But I guess, yeah. Being able to even tangentially have a normal day once in a while, that is a rare occurrence for them. However, they've been able to recover a letter? I mean... Okay, so far it just says letter, but... Oh god, okay. Mysterious poem with no clear meaning. I mean, there's just a lot of squiggles. Who's it by? Pity that the author's name is kind of ripped off. I wonder if there's something that I have... Is she cold? Stomach? Ah. Cold. It's the sudden chills of having your personal belongings seen and found out. Something that I think she would want to stay secret. But that was a long stare. Look at the time move. Aren't we having fun until it's like 4 in the afternoon? I see. Yeah, I understand. I would be staring at that hatch in the wall as well. I mean, not having to worry about housing or needing to pay for rent. Get meals on time as well. Seems like a pretty good existence. Is it more of a habit, or she really doesn't like even mildly warm food? I was gonna say, they're actually watching her in a concert. I also wouldn't be too surprised if there was an entire segment of them just sat around the kotatsu eating, not speaking at all, and then cut to next scene. She has a very unique way of thinking. Do I talk of your mouth full even more? New Year's? Wow, fancy. They are being treated quite well, aren't they? How could... Now, that is a dilemma. Do you go along with it and try and behave... Release all the details of you and your comrades just to have a nice meal? Well, sold. A certain Sunday in February. That is a note that I hope to have in my box of cookies or something. And not only because they've been treated kindly, but they're having a much more fulfilling life here than ever before. You know, Sebastian being disconnected from the usual way of thinking sometimes works out quite well. Then they can just travel the world, do the things that they want without being, well, without having to worry about the livelihoods of all the civilians and the possible attacks constantly. Huh? Madam does profess too much protest. You know, having these scattered throughout the season rather than one big collection here might have worked better for me, because, you know, remembering the events immediately before all of this. And there it goes. Did anyone bring any sponges to mop up all those tears? Become a slipping hazard. Well, duty calls. Ah, I see. This is where the mountain has a little bit of an accident. And then there's Miku just left there, unable to have much impact on that. We saw Miku before when she's actually active in combat as well. Don't want that to occur once again, but it was good to see. But I think Miku being that hub of homeliness whenever there's a, at the end of the day, is a perfect foil to the rest of it. Going on to the Music Academy. Ah, I see, that'd be why. Okay. Having the other two join into the school, be their wards. I mean, she was brought into the fold and loved quite well. Paraded in those kinds of outfits. So considering their history and how they came into all of this, memory rage? Yeah, I've not heard of that before. But aggression coming from embarrassment, from remembering things in the past, sure. Especially with one like Chris, who can't accept her actual feelings on the matters. So treat her with the according respect. So, no Chan, just San. Senpai is out the window thoroughly. Japan is a minefield when it comes to honorifics and paying proper respect. I doubt I'd receive any sort of wanton respect and honour that's, well, I wouldn't be due it at all, so, yeah. Just keep acting high and mighty. I'm sure they'll... Doesn't matter if you've had orientation or not. It is her duty and she's been raring to go. Oh yeah. Having... Oh. Are we getting concept art? You know, seeing these behind-the-scenes concept art bits, I love that when it comes to shows, games, and movies. The amount of times I've watched behind-the-scenes making of commentaries and stuff is insane. It does seem quite dangerous. You would not have that here for fear of health and safety. Also, I like how, even though they have memorized the entire school layout, we're getting this for our sakes as well. Made running slightly difficult. So that would be, yeah, make it difficult for them, not giving them an easy way in or out. Oh no, a beef eater? But having a noise with the proper hat. Oh no. No, the problem is you're in London. Unfortunately, TV stations in the UK don't expect anything good from it. And 3, 2, 1 until our dreams are shattered. Why are there bagpipes in London? I mean, sure, there's some interesting street buskers and the like, but don't think I've seen bagpipes in London. It's definitely more of like I'm going to show a bit of ignorance here, but Edinburgh kind of thing. Fishing for crabs in ice-cold waters. Who wouldn't watch that? Fishing with an idol. Yeah, that would definitely get a few views. How long has she been scrolling through stories of herself there, and how things played out, how it's being reported to the masses? I mean, there's plenty of... In bed? There's plenty of people who would accept it no matter what, what horrific acts he's committing out there in the world. Yeah, nothing good can come of this. And considering what we saw in the episode, yeah, it didn't really. Variety shows a stage performance with Maria. Which will she decide? Well, she was the best of a bad situation. Doesn't that make her feel good? For varying reasons, they both were quite relieved. I wonder if I've ever been that relief measure for any sort of friends. Oh wait, friends. She is so diligent, that girl. You can see how starved she is for attention and, well, being social. Considering how easily she fell into the clutches of those who would use her in the first season, it's good to see her like try to appear normal. Just before episode 1 of GX, part 1. So this is what, assembling the team before their outing, and which parts of herself did she actually use though? I mean, she must be a big JoJo fan. Well, she's just expressing inner desires that can't be shown otherwise. Are we going to get moments of Carol doing some of those poses? Good thing that she goes first. Testing out the sharing of power there, or just, getting used to it? Is there no other way of activating them? I mean, is there anyone else here other than her? Let's not read too much into it than we have to. She does protest a little much there. And scrap metal. But considering that they're all based off of her and her innermost thoughts, what's with L9's attire? I think she already knows the issue, that's why she lashes out so much. Let's go just peep in and see what she's doing. So diligent, that one. And yet she's double checking everything, making sure that the oven is off, windows are closed. Yeah, which one will she choose? I mean, do you need more? It's unpassable. So, do you really think that, well, yeah, she needs as much help getting out as possible? Having this, actually watching this before having all the events of the show kind of pan out, probably wouldn't work, but seeing how she's acting towards Elf Knight and the like, there's a pang of consciousness about it. Ladder lottery. What other games of chance can they bring out? Just, you know, I don't want to play that, so pulling statistics out of my ass. She's busy spinning, can't you see? However, what if you chase her? Carol likes to assert a bit of dominance and be in control, doesn't she? Being passed on to the auto scorers. I mean, to be fair, they have a point. Remember, when in doubt, go back to the source. There's always an issue there. The very definition of a sword being destroyed. I'm glad they're aware of it. Oh no. Okay, a little bit of fourth wall breaking. Still hungry? And also, once she was, destroyed, she can't tie it herself. Once she became destroyed, the others were slowly starving. There is so much that she can't do. I suppose I'd have to fix that for you. Don't try and give us a sweet moment like that. Still, it was fun seeing them split up and explode. Having small moments of the auto scorers, how things could have been different. Spencer and Mira return to Japan. So in this section, is this how the concert and their songs went? So together they can pull through anything, but... Is there any in-flight entertainment for their long journey back? Yep. The heights, that's what's getting to her. Actually, it's the sudden falling is probably more terrifying. And this new threat being jet lag. She's got a bit of confidence back, at least. Overcoming all sorts of anxiety and trouble with a hearty meal. Expertise is in eating. I feel that. I do like cooking. It's the rest of it that I don't really put up with. You know, finding ingredients and then cleaning up afterwards. As long as they don't end up with an omelette or something at the end of it. Actually carrying on with the stroganoff. Healthy? Well, there's plenty of... But what did they do wrong with it? Well, to remember... Yeah, we can't make the same mistake again. Because then you'll remember what it's like. Well, that seems to be going down well. You know, third time's the charm. Shouldn't be limited to... And when it comes to Hibiki, there's something special about that. Oh, I wonder when this took place. When she was unwilling or unable to stand and fight. I don't think hygiene or looks is exactly what she was worried about right there. I think having that kind of imposing and showing the pain on him actually worked in the favour, does it not? She seemed to be having fun with that one, though. She's getting a little too attached to those two. I do like the deep strings of the backing track for this. These forts, are they ones you need to keep in private? That poor noise. So how many people out there with potential, just you haven't found the compatible crystals and the like? That learning period, going through it all to figure out what's exactly going on. Joining hands in combat, having a chibified Don't Slave reenactment. Not something I expected to see. Okay. So now they can be back part of the gang. How can, yeah, with carrying such power hanging off your neck. Was all of that allowed? If anyone's starting to have their innermost thoughts just be said openly, probably her. We get a beach special. They actually put a scar in there. Nice attention to detail. Some shows might forget it. I've seen that before. Yeah, getting a beach episode and it's reserved to these OVAs. Right, they're now battling the ocean. Ah, learning from the master, I see. He's not going to give his secrets out readily. The manager is an enigma, one is not easily understood. He carries most of the power, after all, whereas the commander is all movies and punch. There really isn't much that can be ascertained from these OVAs other than just more fun times, a little interludes in between arcs and episodes, have a bit more of an understanding of the background of where it all came from, with the motivations and, well, intricacies of their character. And the auto-scorers and Carol and, well, a lot of where the issues and damage arose. Her hidden desires to pose. GX has been a fun one. So far, I think I preferred the antagonist of Finate and Chris, that dynamic there, over Carol and her back and forth against humanity when losing all the memories. But it was a interesting battle in of itself. What are you willing to sacrifice to obtain your goals? Either it means forgetting exactly who you are and what it means to you. But from these OVAs, we saw the truest battle amongst all of it. The one that would go down in ages. How the hell do you make a beef stroganoff? At least we know. Not like that. At least not the first two attempts. Well, one attempt and then talking about it. I do like all the extra moments. Like several times now, we've seen Chris try to get into the remit, into the role of being the mentor, the senpai to them all, and enjoying that a little too much. What are everyone's actual true motivations and where does it stem from? If not just to show off a little and be that authority figure, one to look up to. Don't think I'm anywhere near that, though. Probably not a good role model. But there's plenty more Symphogear, just not right now. Because that was the end of the OVAs and this GX season. So if I've entertained you, if you like that, this one's run on a little longer because, 4 short ones longer than an actual episode. Let me know. Leave a like on the video, it really helps me out. Consider subscribing as well to not miss future uploads. And jump onto my Discord if there's more small tidbits you want to get involved with. Or just to beat the bots. So many now. But make sure to take care of yourselves. I hope to see you for the next one.